Hello, hi! Thank you for joining me today. I am Miss Amy, one of the children's librarians at Monroe County Public Library, and today I am going to show you how to make your own dragon egg that looks like a crystal, a geode crystal, with some pretty interesting materials that hopefully, if you don't have it around the house, are very, very inexpensive to get. So we are going to use, I'm going to cut out the little individual pieces of the milk or the egg carton for the eggs. We're going to use glue. It doesn't matter what type. It can be clear, it can be white glue, it could be, if you wanted to get super fancy with it, glitter glue. And then Epsom salts, so you can get these pretty much anywhere. And then the other main ingredients is to have food coloring. So it doesn't matter, it's whatever your color preference is in terms of what you want your interior of your egg to look like. After that, there are some other bells and whistles that you can throw into your project or your craft to make it extra, to pop a little bit more. So I have some extra supplies that I just have on hand. You may not have some. But I have extra types of paint that I'm going to paint the outside of my egg with. I have something like purple, white to lighten colors or blend colors a little bit better, turquoise, and yellow. The other extra bit that I have is at the very end, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I don't have a gold metallic marker, but if you have one of those or gold metallic paint, that would be preferable. But I myself don't have that. I have a gold glitter glue pen. So I'm going to use this to kind of edge or gild the edge of our egg to get a little bit extra pop. Now with all that said and done, I'm going to take, so you can either carefully cut it out, your individual egg cup, but I am more chaotic than that, so I'm just going to rip it off. So what you're going to do is just take your egg get it separated. And our next bit is just use the Epsom salt. Now I have this, it's lavender scented. You don't have to get it scented. I think it's probably preferable not to get it scented, but this is what I had around the house. So, everything, as things go flying, is you can either use a mason jar or a sandwich bag. I just happen to have a mason jar. I don't have any sandwich bags at home. So this is going to be my kind of my mixing bowl or my mixing bag. So we're going to take the Epsom salt and then take a tablespoon, large spoon. It doesn't have to be exact. And I'm just going to scoop 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt into my jar. The other thing, I'm going to move that out of the way, I'm going to do next is uncap my glue, but I want to get, I'm a purple person, so I'm going to try to get purple out of blue and green. So be careful with this, because as you saw, it splashed. Don't want to stain your clothes. Splash right there. And then I'm going to take the green, 1 little splash in there. So all I did was add blue and green food coloring to my Epsom salts in here. So this is just a paintbrush. Again, something, I do a lot of crafts, so I have random stuff around my house, but spoon, fork, whatever you have, you're just going to take it, Epsom salts, food color, and mix it together. Mine is coming out more, kind of like an emerald. So maybe I should put more, no, I don't know my colors. I'm supposed to mix blue and red, not blue and green. But I kind of like this color. I'm going to see what happens if I put red. It's probably going to ruin everything. We'll see. Red. Probably should have left it alone, but now it's like orange. Ooh, it's kind of like something called a mystic topaz. So I kind of like that. So once it's mixed, I don't know if you can see, once it's mixed to your desired shade or color, I'm going to move that away. So the other thing I'm going to do is take glue now, and this is a little bit messy, but you're going to take glue and kind of coat the inside of the egg wherever you want the salt or crystal effect to appear. So I'm just dabbing it inside. I'm going to take another paintbrush that I happen to have, or a Q-tip if you have, and just kind of evenly coat it a little bit more. Let's see. Coat. And kind of get some of the edges like farther up, so some of the geode or the dragon egg goes over, like, so it's not just in the inside. You want to get a little bit more visual interest. Kind of coat over the edges a little bit. Okay, so all I did is, so far, mix food coloring with my salt, added glue to the inside of the egg carton. So the next step, so I'm going to take my scooper. I'm going to scoop out of the jar my little colored crystals, and I'm going to dump a tablespoon of the clumps. So you can either use your finger, or you can go back and use your mixer that you used to mix the salt, and you're just gonna press the salt crystals so that it mixes with the glue. I'm gonna add some up here too. This is like a really simple craft that I love to do. I love geodes. I love rocks. But I don't want to wait hours upon hours for them to grow. And this is fun. I like making stuff. So again, I'm just taking my little mixture, just pressing my first scoop of the crystals into my first layer of glue. It looks more black in the light, but it'll look more interesting once it dries a little bit. And that's probably the benefit. I should probably tell you, if you did a little lighter of a color, it might add more interest. So the hard part comes. We just have to wait a few minutes for this layer to dry. But in the meantime, what you could do, add a little pizzazz. I actually like using this jar better than the sandwich bag because I can use this as my little self-contained dish. I'm going to take my egg carton that's coated inside, flip it over, put it gently on the lid, and I'm gonna get painty with stuff. Okay, so the inside is like a black amethyst color. I'm gonna do something bright. I think I'm gonna do with turquoise. So I'm gonna do this in one of my other egg cups. Why not? Make it easy to clean up. Just a little dab will do ya. Okay. So I have my glue stick I used. I'm not gonna wash it off, although I probably should. Just gonna take a little bit of the paint and just go over the outside here. And you don't have to do this step. I find it more fun. You can customize it a little bit more. So I'm gonna have a blue dragon egg. And the other thing that, if you do this step, I really would, I wish I had gold. I did this craft a few years ago when I was a children's library in a different library, and I had gold paint then, but I could use it. I made like little cracks in the egg with the gold, as well as gilded the edges a little bit. Okay. But the other thing is these paints are really, really inexpensive, so if you wanted to get any of these are like available at any place, Walmart, Kroger. Walmart has these I think for $1 or less than $1. Dollar Store has some paints, Dollar Tree that you could also use. Like the only thing that I had to go out and buy that I didn't have on hand was the glue and the glitter gold pen that I was going to try. Everything else I had. I would not use Modge Podge for the inside, although you could. It's a little bit more expensive actually. And it would do a nice sheen on the inside. I'm going to use Modge Podge on the outside once, like for the final layer to seal everything. But since Modge Podge is so expensive compared to like Elmer's glue, I would save as much as you can. And hopefully by the time we're done painting this first layer on here, the inside will be dry for and then ready for the second coat. Okay. So, painted the outside, as you can see. I'm going to flip it over. And now I'm going to add my second layer of the inside. I'm going to take this out actually. Move that. Yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of glue, a little bit, and kind of like add just kind of like a spider web almost, just like little dots or whatnot in there, just so it has a little bit extra to stick to. And you're gonna just dump the remainder of it in here. Come on, there we go. And then I'm gonna pick up my stir again and do the exact same thing. And mix it up in there. So you can do a few layers of this. It really depends on the color that you originally made your crystals to begin with. Mine's darker, so it covers a little bit better. If you did something like a light purple or yellow or something like that, you could see the inside of the egg curtain a little bit more, so you'd add a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to dry, the inside, but I'm going to see if this works as well. Let's see. So I'm going to take my gold glitter pen, and I'm just going to go along the outside edges. Ooh, you guys, I love this. I'll show you a close-up once I'm finished with it. Ooh, it really pops with this darker color. I call this dragon egg because I like to think it's a dragon egg more than just a geode. So I guess this program could be called Make Your Own Geode Craft, but dragons seem more interesting to me. Okay. Okay. Ooh, I love that. Okay, I gotta show you. So I'm gonna come up close to the camera. So. Okay, so my outside's not completely finished. I have to wait for the paint to dry because I'm gonna add more details. But Look at that. You guys see that? And how the gold makes it pop. So this actually turned out pretty well. So I'm going to go through the directions again because this is really just a simple craft. And it looks like a legit geode if you look far away. Okay. So I'm going to put that right there to dry. The ingredients that we used today were, first and foremost, the egg carton, just a little cup. So, I mean, you could technically make 12 of these if you wanted to. I probably would, but I don't want you to sit through that while I make them. The other thing that makes it easier, or not easier, the other thing that you need, so you definitely need egg carton. You definitely need Epsom salts. Doesn't matter if it's scented. It could be just a plain old unscented bag. Regular salt will not work, so it has to be Epsom salt. And glue, Elmer's glue, or just not Elmer's glue. Either, doesn't matter if it's clear glue or this white that I have. So those are the main ingredients, along with food dye. So it doesn't matter what shade or color you want to mix and create how you want them. So those are the main ingredients. The extra pizzazz that I added were the paint for the outside. So I'm going to still add some details on the outside while that dries, or after it dries. A little gold glitter pen, which works, I guess, just as well as the, if not better than the metallic gold pen that I had. And then the other thing that I'm going to try is I'm going to use glitter glue for the inside as well. This is purple, so I had to grab it. So all that together makes a geode dragon egg. The other thing, once this dries completely, this is the Modge Podge that I was talking about that's expensive. Once this dries completely, I would add just one coat over the inside of the egg. Very, very carefully go over the inside of the egg and the outside of the egg. So this will actually give it a nice gloss and kind of take the cardboard look off of it a little bit, and it'll seal it a little bit and make it last a little bit longer. So thank you for joining me here today in my home with my noisy kitties to create a dragon geode. So I'll put the directions under the video to follow along. If you need more help, feel free to show your pictures of your creations on here if you'd like. I'd like to see what you created, what your dragon eggs look like. And any questions, comments, put them down below and I will answer them. So again, thank you. Have a great day. Bye.